Jury. Jury. Jury's in the courtroom.
Could it be seated, accept the witness, face the clerk, and be sworn, please?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I did.
Have a seat, slide up the rail, please.
Afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Can you please introduce yourself to the jurors?
My name is Mark Lewis.
And Mr. Lewis, where are you employed?
I work for the City of Tallahassee Police Department.
What do you do there?
I work in the Criminal Investigations Bureau as a robbery homicide investigator.
All right, so you are a sworn law enforcement officer?
I am.
Okay. You said you're an investigator?
I am.
How long have you been an investigator?
More than half my career, so I'd say about 12, 14 years.
All right, so I'm assuming that means that your career is 24, 25 years?
I'm on 26, sir.
26, you're working on 26, okay. Back in November of 2010, were you also as an investigator with the homicide unit?
Yes.
As your assignment there, what is the typical duties of an investigator in the homicide unit?
Well, we respond to murders, suicides, suspicious deaths, a myriad of sometimes violent calls.
When you say you respond to, how is it that you would typically get, when you are called to respond, how would you get called out to do that?
Normally, the supervisor on scene will evaluate what's going on, and he'll make the call to the on-call investigator, and then the on-call investigator is responding.
And as I understand, the on-call investigator is a rotation between different investigators, and the on-call is one happens to have it that week, correct?
Yes.
All right. Back in November 20th of 2010, were you the on-call investigator?
I was him.
Okay. Because you were the on-call investigator at that time, did you have an occasion to become involved in a homicide involving Brandy Peters, her daughter Tamaya, and Tanaya Peters, and her son Javante Segura?
I did.
And was that because you were in fact the on-call?
I was the on-call investigator.
When you're the on-call investigator and you got called out in the scene, what was your role then?
Figure out what happened right then there, then we have to start assigning tasks to other investigators depending on the type of the situation, which is what we did. Find witnesses, locate evidence, neighborhood canvases, search warrants, lots of stuff is going on.
It kind of sounds like that the on-call investigator is then someone who kind of seizes the rein and takes the investigation as a whole or oversees it. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Okay, so you would be, I guess, basically the lead investigator at that point.
Yes.
At some point in your role as a lead investigator, did you have occasion to make contact with Mr. Henry Segura?
I did.
Okay. How was that how was that first contact initiated?
We had to locate him. And,
Why?
Sir?
Why'd you have to locate him?
We couldn't find him, so we went at whatever means we try to locate him. We have information that he was a father of a child that was involved in this incident. We need to find him, talk to him.
Okay, talk to him, let him know his son's dead?
Absolutely.
At some point, did you make contact with him?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you made contact with him, did you arrange to speak with him?
Yes.
Okay. Where was that going to occur?
Tallahassee Police Department.
Why Tallahassee Police Department?
It was a sterile environment, and you tell him what was going on. I didn't know if he knew if his son was dead, and we wanted to find out if he had information about this incident.
At that point, Henry Segura was a suspect in any way, shape, or form?
Not at all.
No?
Not at all.
So what was the purpose of bringing him to Tallahassee Police Department and talking to him?
Background information.
Like what? I mean, what's the purpose of getting that background information?
We need to find the victimology, find out what happened to may have information about the victims that would help identify the person or persons that committed the crime.
About who she may have associated
Yes.
with, who the kid's associated with, things like that?
Absolutely.
When you're talking to somebody, you said that you're an investigator, have been for a very long time, almost half your career. To be a homicide investigator, do you undergo certain kind of training and experience that you utilize?
Both.
What kind of training are we talking about?
We go to several homicide schools, but also we learn from other homicides, other experiences, and we help other investigators out.
Okay. Are any of those things help train you to interview or conversations, I guess, with certain people and what to look for and how to get information from a person?
Yes.
What are the kind of things you're looking for when you're talking to a person about a particular, in this case, homicide?
Their body language, their mannerisms, talk to them, just even seeing if they're not cooperative or not.
Well, that's truthfulness.
Yes.
So body language, verbal, nonverbal cues, the body language, whether cooperative, truthful.
Yes. Yes.
And did you, in fact, talk to Henry Segura?
I did.
Was that in your office itself, or where do you normally typically talk to a person at the Tallahassee Police Department?
We have interview rooms on the second floor in a criminal investigations bureau.
You call them an interview room. Was he actually being, I guess, interviewed as if he was a suspect?
He was being interviewed, sir, not as a suspect.
Okay. Why do you use an interview room?
Again, it's a sterile environment, so we can talk to persons and the outside isn't interfering with us, and also we do record it.
Why do you record it if he's not a suspect?
Well, we record everything so that we can go back and in case we miss something.
Fair to say, there's a whole lot going on, you're shuffling a lot of things, and you might miss something, somebody go back and get a fresh eye on it?
Yes.
Did you issue him Miranda, the warnings he had for the Miranda decision?
I don't think I did.
Why would you not?
He wasn't a suspect. He wasn't in custody.
Free to go whenever you wanted to?
Yes.
Prior to coming to court, did you have an opportunity to review the interview or discussion you had with Mr. Segura that first time?
I have in the past, yes.
And was it a fair and accurate recording of that?
Yes.
When was that?
The recording
Yes, sir. The first interview.
was done on November 20th, 2010.
So the same day that the homicide was discovered.
Yes.
Your Honor, this time I would move, it's already been in evidence. I would ask to publish State's Exhibit number 122.
You may.
And we have transcript, Your Honor, permission to hand some out.
All right, if you mark them, just mark the 122A, copy of the transcript for the court record.
Okay.
I assume y'all would like me to instruct on transcripts,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Prince?
I'm sorry, Your Honor?
Want me to give the instruction on transcripts?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me talk about transcripts just a moment. Is this a video recorded conversation?
It is video recorded conversation, Your Honor. There are a couple portions that have been redacted for previous court rulings.
Okay. You're about to hear some video recorded conversations. These recorded conversations are proper evidence, and you may consider them just as any other evidence. You're also being furnished transcripts of the recorded conversations. The recordings are the evidence, and the transcripts are provided to you only as a guide to help you follow as you listen to the recordings. The transcripts are not evidence of what was actually said or who said it. If you notice any difference between what you hear on the recordings and what you read in the transcripts, you must rely on what you hear, not what you read. May make a comment on one other fact. You're going to see that the recording has been edited to eliminate some irrelevant portions that would not add to your understanding of the case. The fact that the recording has been edited should not concern you in any way and must not impact the way you view and listen to and consider this evidence. It's been edited upon agreement of the parties and with the input of the court. You may publish it, Mr. Chief.
How are you? Henry. Mark Lewis. Thinking investigator Hines over here. Henry, do you have your ID on you? You doing okay?
Yes, sir.
Good. This address on Mustang Drive is still this a current address for you?
Yes, sir.
Do you live anywhere else?
I'm everywhere, actually. I live on the road mostly. I'm a welder.
Okay.
I work different power plant, paper mills everywhere.
Okay.
I normally live in a motel, but that's my house right there.
Okay. What welding company do you work for?
Right now I work for a company called On Site.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
I'm laid off right now. I go back to work on 6.
Okay. Is that routinely that you get laid off and then catch a job somewhere?
Yes, sir.
Do you like work on oil rigs or something like that? You said you're a welder, so
Paper mills and power plants.
so you pretty much travel the country.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But Tallahassee is your home base.
Yes, sir.
Since you travel on the road a lot, what are your cell phone numbers or your cell phone number, or how do I get a hold of you to follow up with this case?
850-509-4380.
Are there any other numbers?
Yes, sir. My home number,
What is that?
421-1288.
About your dad or your mom? What are their numbers?
570-8339. That's my mom. 459-3758. That's my dad.
Okay.
I think so.
Is it this 570-8339? Is that a cell phone?
Yes, sir. Both of them. The sales.
Cell
My dad and my house.
All right. Is there a primary home number, or is that 421 the primary number?
That's my home number. Yes, sir.
Okay. And while you're on the road, is there a on-site, do they have a cell phone that they provide you, or do they have a hotel, or is there something that they provide you for contact, or mail, or a P.O. box? Or okay. You say you work for on-site welding?
I think it's just called on-site construction, maybe. I don't know. I only worked with them 3 or 4 weeks, maybe.
You have a way of know the phone number off the top of your head?
No.
Okay.
I got it in my cell phone, but I don't even have the main guy's number. I just got a guy that's my foreman. I have his number.
Mm-hmm. Is your cell phone on you?
No, sir, it's in the truck.
Okay. All right. Do you have any idea why you're here?
Yeah. So I found out. I'm guessing why. Brandy Peters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the girl who braids my hair. She braided my son's hair. Her daughter is a godchild to a girl that lived right next door to Brandy. And I'm guessing Brandy's no. The girl braiding my hair, her daughter is some girl that lives next door to Brandy's her guard mom or something like that. So she said that Brandy's mom and them came over to their house and told them this morning. When I called her about getting my son's hair, she told me
Okay, what'd she tell you?
that Brandy and the kids, someone killed them this morning.
That's true.
Second son I lost.
Second son you lost? What happened to your first son, if I may ask?
He just didn't wake up one morning, 11 months old.
The SIDS or?
He had breathing problems. He was born premature. He was home doing fine. He was on the breathing machines and all that stuff. One morning he just didn't wake up.
Was that here in Tallahassee?
Yes, sir.
Sorry to hear that. And I'm sorry for what happened today. Do you have any idea who would want to hurt these people?
She, girl Pint, the one who does my hair, she was saying somebody, they thought my son was with some other guy, and she said that the two girls, the kids, were killed. My son wasn't found in the house, and she said she think that he's with some guy who she's saying is his daddy, and something like that.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
I'm not sure.
Is Dewan your son? No.
Javante.
Javante, is he your son?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How old is Javante?
3.
Okay. Javante is in the house.
He was in the house. He in the house? Well, I mean, yeah, he was in the house, found in the house.
He's in the house.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to tell you, but he has passed away.
Yeah, she told me that they found the girls and the boy wasn't in the house. They think that he's with his dad or some guy she's claiming was his dad or something. So when the girl Pint, who's doing my son's hair, then when I went back over there, she said, no, they did find him in the house. So I don't know what else she
Pint went
said.
over there? Do you know Pint's real name? Do you know, how do I get a hold of her?
Well, she's the one who, she's my son's, she's braiding my son's hair. Her daughter is, I don't know, her daughter is the girl who knows Brandy, godmother. And she knows, I don't know, I guess Brandy's mom must have went over there this morning and told them the news, so she called Pint and told her.
And you just happened to be there today, and
No, I called Pint to make an appointment to get my son's hair done.
you show up.
And she told me on the phone, but she said that my son wasn't found there. He wasn't there. But when I got there, she said he was in the house.
Okay. And Javante is your child?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It was some paternity issues, but legally he is my son. Yeah. He had my name.
Okay. Tell me about these paternity issues that you have going on.
Well, like the girl Pint was saying, she think that he was with that other guy.
Do you know the other guy's name?
Caleb, that's all I know.
Okay.
That's all I know. Brandy used to tell me that was that he was Javante was his son. Then she would come back and tell me that no, he's not. So it's like a little mind game back and forth. So I put myself on child support. Then I went to get a paternity thing done, but they said I couldn't get one because I had to pay $400 something like that to get a paternity test done. I just didn't have the money to do it, so they just moved everything forward without getting a paternity test. So I just kind of wasn't worried about it.
Okay. So, are you currently paying child support, or are you on it?
I'm on child support. I haven't paid it.
You haven't paid it? And any reason why?
Just haven't had the money to pay.
Okay, because you're out of a job?
No, just bills backed up, and just haven't had the money to put towards it.
Okay.
I got another kid in Orlando. I pay child support too, and I haven't paid it in a while. Just backed up on it.
Okay. How many kids do you have?
See, 2, 3, 4, 3 now. I had 5.
Right, and it's different women?
My 2 sons with my wife, and I had Javante with her, and I got a little girl in Orlando.
Okay. How many vehicles do you have?
2, 3. I got a 63 Impala, Monte Carlo SS, and a Chevy truck I got.
All right.
That's the only one I got registered. I ain't got the other ones, no tag or nothing for me.
You have a 63 Impala. What color is it?
Green.
What else?
The Monte Carlo SS, it's white.
White Monte Carlo. And what else?
That's it.
About your wife.
She got an Expedition. A white Expedition.
Okay. What's your wife's name?
Malika.
Can you spell Malika for me?
Malica.
Does she have your last name, Segura?
Yes.
How long you guys been married?
10 years. Been together 13 years. Been married 10.
You said she has a white Expedition.
Yes.
What color is your Monte Carlo?
What?
White, you said? It's a green Impala, and you have that
Green Chevy.
green Chevy truck. So, are you? Do you know or do you not know if you're Javante's father? Like for sure, do you suspect not, or do you suspect yeah, he's mine?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. But since he has your name, he's your son.
Yes.
Tell me about Brandy. What kind of person is she?
Spunky.
Okay.
She's down to earth. She's real sweet. She's a cool person.
Mm-hmm. How'd you guys meet?
At the gas station. She was walking at the gas station. I stopped and started talking to her. And
How long
hooked
ago?
up. 4 years ago.
You just immediately started dating one another, or
Yeah.
did she know you were married?
Yeah.
She had no problems with that. What about your wife, Malika? Does she know about?
Yeah. Eventually.
Okay, eventually. Do you mind elaborating? Tell me about all that.
I don't know, nothing much to say. She caught me on the phone bill one day. Seen my phone bill, seen I was calling this number a lot. How did that happen? I don't know what else to say.
So she confronts you with that phone bill and says, "Hey, who's this? What's this all about?"
See me talking on the phone 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning for an hour, 2 hours. This number, there's got to be somebody important.
So did she ever make the phone call, like call the number?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they used to call each other all the time.
Oh, really? Malika and Brandy?
That was like before
Friends?
Javante was born.
Friends or
No,
no? But they're squabbling.
Yeah.
Okay.
She just would tell her, stop messing with me and yada yada yada.
Okay.
Whenever I left to go to Colorado about 2 years ago, I think. No, it was about 3 years ago. It was right when Javante was 6 months when I got back. Yeah. I don't know. It was somewhere around when Javante was 6 months. I think it was when I left, he was 6 months. I went to Colorado, and that's when me and Brandy stopped talking.
Why'd you guys stop talking?
She texted my wife, called her something fat, something. And I asked her why she did that, talking about because it was funny. I said, I'm tired of you being disrespectful to my wife. I said, I don't think me and you mess around no more.
Was it the last time you had contact with her?
Well, that was the last time, yeah, until I got back to Tallahassee.
Okay.
And I,
Go on.
I talked to her, shit, I was at her house Wednesday.
This past Wednesday?
What's the day?
Today's
Friday?
Saturday.
Saturday? I think I was at her house Wednesday. Because it was right when she picked Devontae up. It was around 1:30ish. I got there. And I left. She had to go pick the twins up at 2:50. So I left. It was right before that. That was Wednesday.
May I ask what you're doing there? What's going on?
Just seeing Devontae.
Okay.
Staying around. Me and her don't have no relationship no more than like that. I was just there seeing her.
Okay. How much do you have to pay a month in child support, if I may ask?
I think it's $800 or something bucks.
To Brandy?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The paperwork, the what you call it? I guess the paperwork, just everything just got granted to start the child support. I think it's like $800 a month.
And when did the judge tell you you had to start paying?
I didn't have to go to court, they just put it in.
Right, so is it like they automatically take it out of your check, or you actually have to write a check?
I think I have to write it, you have to write a check.
Okay.
They don't take it out of my check.
Okay. Yeah. But you've fallen on tough times, so you can't make it.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm I started working, I got to work on the 6th of December. It's a short job. But after that, my boss was telling me that we got a bunch of work. January, February, March, we'll be pretty booked. I feel I was to catch up on everything then. But the main thing was my mortgage, and get it straight. It was going to work on that.
Are you behind on your mortgage?
Yeah.
Okay. So between paying all that child support all over the place behind your mortgage, and the money's pretty tight with you, huh?
Yeah, it was kind of tight. Not too tight, but it's kind of tight. I'm not used to having as much as normal because the economy is so messed up. The work is nothing like it usually is.
Right.
Your wife ever confront Brandy in person?
Nah, I never met her person.
They've never seen each other?
She's seen her. Brandy's seen her. My wife, I don't think she knows what Brandy look like.
Oh, really?
Brandy knows what she look like.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you described Brandy as being spunky.
Yeah.
When you were there this past couple of days ago with Javante, was there any kind of confrontations, any problems?
No, she was cool.
She's cool. Like, what was Brandy doing while you were playing with your son?
Taking some food out to cook for later on in the afternoon. She sat on the sofa, on that big sofa. Me and Javante was on the love seat.
Okay.
Just playing, flipping around, just playing.
Did you try to work something out with Brandy where you didn't have to go onto child support?
No, like I said, I put myself on child support. I don't want
So
to.
she never filed the paperwork for it, you did
I
it?
did it myself.
Why would you do that?
Because I wanted to pay child support and let her know that it's over between me and you, and we ain't got to sleep together no more. I'm gonna pay child support, and that's it.
Okay. Before this past Wednesday, when was the last time you were at her house?
That was it.
How often would you visit?
How often?
Like on 7 days, we got 7 days in a week. How many days out of the week would you visit?
Well, that was my first time going there in a while. I was working at Crystal River at one time. That was about a year ago. I used to go like every day because her brother was staying with her. I think his name's Spud.
Her brother, Brandy's brother was staying with her?
Yeah, he was. I don't think he's staying with her now.
Okay.
But it was when he was staying with her. I used to go over there all the time.
How long ago was that?
Like I said, it might have been a year.
Okay.
Probably about a year ago.
So, between today and let's go back a year from today, today's November the 19th, how often would you visit on a weekly basis?
No.
Not often at all? count on your fingers, 10 fingers, or more than 10 fingers, or less than?
I guess maybe 15 times. Not as much as I should have, I'll say. Excuse me. Not all.
But Brandy never said you gotta pay up, you did it yourself.
Well, she used to tell me, when you gonna start paying.
Okay, so she was expecting something out of you.
Yeah, she was expecting it. Like I told her, I said,
Okay,
hard times, I'm gonna get you straight when I start that work.
okay.
She was understanding with it. She knows like I said, she's pretty cool down there.
When you were working, how may I ask how much you were paying her?
I ain't paid her nothing in the last year, for sure. Or better.
Okay.
Like when Javante was younger, I used to buy him clothes and give him money like that. But then when I put myself on child support, I don't know when it was. You can probably look up and see when I put myself on child support, but I haven't paid her no child support since then.
Does your wife have a cell phone? What's her number?
It's 556-8782.
Does she know that you're here?
Yep, I called her. I told her to pick the kids up because I had to come talk to you guys.
Okay. Is she okay with this?
Yes, sir.
Does she have any other means of contacting you? Is that the only phone she has?
Yes, sir.
Where does she work at?
At Florida State University.
Doing what?
He's an accountant.
Is there a special school that she works for, or just?
Yeah, she
Okay.
the mag lab.
As an accountant.
And she goes to school.
Where?
Florida State.
Where she's majoring in?
Accountant.
I guess I should have known that, right? Duh.
She got a business administration degree. She going back to get her accountant to get her more money.
Smart woman. Do you own any kind of firearms?
No, sir. Yeah, I got a 12 gauge single barrel.
Any others? What about your wife?
No.
When was the last time you spoke to Brandy?
I think maybe Thursday. She sent me a text message Friday asking what I was doing. I didn't respond.
She sent you a text, so she sent you a text message yesterday,
Yeah.
and you did not respond. When you first found out about Brandy being pregnant, how was that?
It's cool.
You were cool with it? Were you happy?
Yeah.
You had no issues?
I was hoping we were going to have a girl, but
Okay.
I already had 2 boys. We were looking at a girl. Because she wanted a boy. She already had 2 girls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was there with her when she had the baby at the hospital and everything. Watched him come out and everything.
Pretty special moment.
Yeah, it is.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's a miracle.
She had a C-section, so it was like, when he pulled him out, it was like, I just had to sit down.
And
When my last son was born, my wife had a C-section, had an emergency C-section. He was only 1 pound 10 ounces, and that was amazing. He was that big.
it's amazing. It's amazing child, the whole entire process. You know. Well, we're gonna do everything we can to figure out what happened. Unfortunately, Javante is dead, and it wasn't at the hands of God. It was at the hands of a man or a woman, and that's not supposed to happen. Man doesn't have the right to take another person's life.
How was he killed?
I don't know yet. I mean, this is going to be a long, drawn-out investigation process. It's not going to go away in 2 days, 2 months, or 2 weeks. You know, until we figure everything out, and it always stays open forever until someone's arrested for it. How do you feel? How are you feeling now?
It hurt. I was nothing I can do, but
Did you find it odd that Brandy texted you yesterday?
she used to send me all kinds of text messages, little forwards and stuff like that.
Daily?
Not daily, but every now and then. Like she'd see me at McDonald's in the mornings. I'm on my way bringing my son to school. She'd text me, "Good morning," or something like that. "I see you at McDonald's," something like that. But she used to bring Javante to school. He goes to, what's the name of it? It's right off of Orange Avenue by Nams. I forget the name of the school. He goes to daycare right there. She's passed that way to bring him, and I stop at McDonald's every morning. I'm bringing Trey to school. She'll send me a text message to say good morning and stuff.
Were you a victim of a violent crime recently?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
I got robbed, shot in the stomach.
You got shot in the stomach? Do you have the scars and all that stuff?
Yes, sir.
Can I see? That right there is the cut.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any other injuries on you or anything like that?
Hurt my leg at work the other day. Ain't nothing major. Slamming down and
How'd you hurt your leg?
jumping out the scissor lift.
Was it cut or something like that?
No, I just swole where I hit the flange. Just got a little knot on it. No cut or nothing.
Do you have any other cuts or any injuries on your person whatsoever? You got a little cut right
Got that
there in
right
your
there.
finger.
Got a
see
little
it?
cut right here.
It's scratched.
I did this in St. Pete. I was trying to get into the latest trunk. It's a burn. It's healing up.
What's that?
I think this was a burn too. It's starting to heal up.
What about this thing on your pinky right here?
That's what I'm talking about. That was a burn. It's starting to heal up.
But other than that, is that injury right there, is that the reason why you couldn't pay for child support or something like that? No?
Well, it put me out of work for a while, but
That's what I'm asking.
yeah, no, I was just being damn lazy pretty much. I could have been paying something, you know. I couldn't have paid the whole thing. I could have been paying something.
Okay. All right. But my question pretty much was, I guess because of the injury, you couldn't pay for your mortgage and all this other stuff. Is that what's going on with all that?
Yes, sir.
So where did that happen at? That wasn't here in Tallahassee.
I was in Mississippi.
In Mississippi. Did they catch the guy?
I don't know. I don't think so. I haven't heard anything from him.
Okay. What? Wow.
I stopped to ask for some directions.
And you got shot in the stomach.
You know, he pulled me out the truck. I was in that truck. Pulled me out the truck. Took all my clothes off.
And shot you in the stomach.
Well, he asked for my keys for the truck. I said, I ain't getting keys for the truck. I don't know where I'm at. By the time he got all my money, it was in my pockets. Cause my wallet, I kept it in the center thing, so I don't like to sit on it. I gave him all the money. He had my clothes. And he said, "You gonna give me the keys, yada yada." So I threw the keys off to the side. And when he looked at it, I jumped at him and hit him. And when I jumped at him, he ran. And when he ran, I started cursing him out. "Pussy, this and that, yada yada yada. I catch you, this and that." And he turned around and he didn't even look. He just started shooting and running. And I jumped around the front bumper of my truck. I noticed I got hit.
Got caught.
The doctor said God got to be watching over me. So it was a 45.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't mess anything up. He's expecting my intestines to be all tore up, so that's why they cut me from here to here. They found a bullet down here somewhere.
They said they removed the bullet.
Yes, sir.
Do you know where in Mississippi you were shot?
Yeah, Long Beach.
I'm assuming there's a Long Beach Police Department in Mississippi. How does your wife feel about you having all these children? If I may ask a personal question.
Yeah, she don't like it, but I gotta tell her it's already here. Baby's here. It's not their fault. It's my fault. I slept with another woman and got her pregnant, so we can't be mad at my kids. So she accepts them.
She accepts them?
Yeah.
Right. Christmas presents, all that stuff. Was she in the hospital when the children were born, all that stuff? Or no? Okay, so
She don't accept them that much.
Okay. Okay. All right. Like I said, I don't know. You said she accepts them.
She ain't accept them that much.
Okay. All right, but she realizes that
Right.
there are other children out there.
Like I said, I used to say I can afford to pay for them. I want to have more kids.
Mm-hmm.
I want some more girls.
Mm-hmm.
I work hard for a living. I want something to show for it. I want somebody to want to.
May I ask, what does a welder make? Like,
It depends on what company you're working with. Right now, I make $24 an hour,
Okay.
and we work 12 hours a day. Well, lately we've been working 10 hours a day, but normally we'll work 12 hours a day, and everything after 8 be time and a half. And they pay you travel there, travel back. They give you per diem, $100 a day. This company here, $100 a day. The last company I worked with was on $50 a day and 21 an hour. So it depends on who you work with. I worked with one company making 28 an hour, 100 a day.
Average yearly, what would you make?
60, 55, 60, something like that.
About this year?
This year, I don't really know now. This year, I work with AMAC. I can't remember who all I worked with. AMAC, I worked with On-Site, I worked with Zachary. 30, probably made about 40 grand, maybe better.
It's not a whole lot of money between mortgages, 5 kids, and all that stuff. 4 kids and all that. That's
My
pretty,
wife made pretty
tight.
decent.
Right. Tell me about Brandy's lifestyle.
I don't know, I ain't never really been in it lately. I don't know what else she was up to, or what kind of people
She
she was
texts you
dealing
all the
with.
time, so.
Yeah, she'd send me forwards. With them crazy text messages.
Mhm.
Like a man having sex with a midget in the sink. Stuff like that.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't know what kind of people she's been dealing with lately. I really don't know who she's been talking to, so I don't have a clue.
You were over there on Wednesday. Did you share anything about what's going on with her? Any problems she's having or anything like that?
She ain't offered me an accident.
So she didn't really talk to you about anything? Good.
She's asking me what else to get Devontae for Christmas, but I don't think she really said towards me.
Was she on the phone or anything while you were there?
I think she was.
Could you, I mean, not that you were listening to conversation, but could you tell if it was just normal conversation or if it was heated or friendly, anything like that?
No, she wasn't yelling at, she had a raised voice.
So basically, you don't know if she's had any issues with anybody recently. Would that be something that she would share with you, or?
No, I doubt it.
Who are the people that she usually hangs out with? I mean, her closest friends.
I don't have a clue.
You know, even girls that she hangs out with, you don't know who she hangs out with at all. Even when you were around her more.
When me and her was together, she had a girl named Deanna that she used to deal with. But she stayed in Atlanta somewhere. She used to talk to her on the phone. They never went nowhere together. But mostly, I guess, she hung out with her sisters. She got 2 sisters, one Teresa and what the other name? I can't think of her name right now. Monica.
Monica and Teresa.
I know Teresa. Her and Teresa used to go to the club and they used to hang out and all that kind of stuff. I never known her to go out with any other female than Teresa.
How does her family feel about you?
I don't know, we've been pretty cool every time I'm around.
Okay.
I hadn't seen them in a while.
And
I was debating if I should call her mama and show her my sympathy, or I don't know if she'll cuss me out. Man, she ain't talked to me in a while, I don't know.
okay. Right. So they accept you because I'm assuming because you the mutual child you got together.
Yeah, my mom lives out in Cherries. At one time, her and the twins were staying out there. I and my son. I used to go out there all the time to see them.
Be right back.
Because that was back when me and her was dating. When me and her stopped dating, we didn't see each other all that much. I see Javante sporadically when I'm in town or something like that. Nothing really scheduled or nothing like that.
Or you said you were over there Wednesday, right?
Yes.
About what time?
About 1:30.
1:30 in the afternoon?
Yes.
For about how long?
I know she had to pick the kids up 2:50. When I was leaving, the mailman was just passing. Not finna give her mail, but on the other side of the street going that way. He just passed in front of the house when I was driving up.
Okay.
What time that is? I know it couldn't have been 2:50. She said she had to pick them up at 2:50.
Okay, so you're maybe there in an hour then?
Probably.
Okay. Okay. So yesterday, you said you don't work, right?
Not right now.
Okay. So what do you usually do during the day?
That's my cars. I'm trying to restore a car.
Okay.
2 of them actually.
All right. So, like, say yesterday, Friday.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just take me through your day. You get up. What time about you get up in the morning?
7. Then I gotta bring the kids to school now.
Okay. So this just yesterday, Friday. Did you take the kids to school?
Yep.
Okay. So what time would that have been?
I left home, 7, probably 7:30, 7:45. I got a son goes to Woodville Elementary.
Okay.
And I got another son goes to Cobb Elementary. I mean, middle school. Cobb Middle School.
Okay.
I dropped him off at Woodville, went to Southside McDonald's, dropped him off at Cobb, went to McDonald's on Magnolia,
Uh-huh.
and went home.
Okay. So after you dropped your son off at Cobb, you went to McDonald's
Yeah.
on Magnolia?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you went home. You have any idea what time that was around? Then you went home?
No. 9:30 maybe.
Okay.
It was before 10 o'clock because I was still listening to Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Okay.
They go off at 10.
All right. So you get back between 9:30 and 10. Then what'd you do? Head home.
I went outside and started taking my fenders and doors off the car.
Okay.
I'm trying to do an off-frame restoration.
Okay.
working on the car.
So you're working on your car from 10 something to when, like in the afternoon, you have to pick your kids up too, or?
No, my wife fixed one.
Okay. So, when does your wife usually get home?
5:15, 20, something like that.
Okay. Were you home until then? Until she got
Yeah.
home? Okay. Right. What about after she came home? Did you stay at the house the rest of the night, or?
Yes.
You did? Okay. And she texted you on Friday from, you remember what time that was? When it was, when you were working on your car?
It was about 1:20
Okay.
or 2:20. It was 7:20. I think it was 1 or 2:20.
Okay. I'll say 120 or 220. Doesn't really make any difference.
I didn't.
We'll just say that. Okay. So you were there until your wife came home at 5:15, and then you guys didn't go out for dinner or anything. You stayed there. Okay. And you were there through the night. Okay. So this morning, Saturday, you don't have to get up to get the kids to school. You still get up that early?
No.
I don't blame you. What time do you think you got up this morning?
About 8 o'clock probably.
Okay.
Probably did wake up 7:30, 8 o'clock. So I went to Walmart. And whatchamacallit, Carville.
Okay. Yesterday, Friday night, you said you were home until you went to bed. About what time do you think you went to bed? You stay up late, or you go to
I
bed
fell
early?
asleep around 10 or so.
Okay.
What was I watching? I think I was watching a movie I had on the 7 Years on Tibet.
Okay.
I don't know what time it was I went to sleep, but it was on the part where he just broke out of prison camp. Last thing I remember.
Your wife go to bed about the same time, or she go to bed earlier than you, or later? Or?
I don't know what time she went to bed.
Okay. You don't know if she was asleep before or after you? Okay. Did you sleep in the bed, or are you in the family room watching TV? Or?
On the sofa.
Okay. Was she out there too, or was she in the bedroom?
She was in the bedroom.
Okay.
No, when I woke up this morning, the TV was off.
Oh, okay, so she got up and turned the TV off. Okay. Okay. So when you got up this morning, was she gone, or was she still there? Or?
She was still.
Okay. All right, so after Walmart, Crawfordville, what did you do after that?
Went to my buddy Adam house, the guy I work with.
Okay.
And they're shooting a bow and arrow.
Okay.
Helping him run a cable for his dog. Runner, whatever you call it.
All right. You have any idea when you were at his house? Just guessing the time frame.
I left Walmart. I went out that way. When I left there, I got home. It was about 5 o'clock maybe. Whenever I did get home, I called the girl Pint to find out if I get my son hair braided.
Okay.
And what time of day was that?
Sorry.
What time of day was that when you called Pine?
I don't know, probably about 6, maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock whenever I got home. Whatever time it was I got home.
Does Adam live out in Crawfordville too?
Yes, sir. He stayed at, what's it called? South Shop, actually.
Stop shopping. Okay. All right. So you called between 5 and 6. Called Pint,
Yes, sir.
and then what did she say? Y'all could come on over? Or?
Yeah, matter of fact, I remember I was supposed to be there at 5:30
Okay.
to get his hair done. So I must have got home around 4:30. I want to give myself an hour.
Okay.
I didn't get to the house till like 5:40.
Okay.
Do you normally take your son to get his hair done?
Normally my wife would do it, or I would bring him to do it, or she'll bring him to do it.
But normally
So
she does it?
Yeah, she got her nails done, so she could do it. So bring him.
So what time did you take your son to? You said the
About
appointment.
5:40.
Okay.
When we got over.
Okay. And then you were there with him since that 5:40.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When we pulled up and talked to you, that's where you were since 5:40? Okay. Do you know what Adam's last name is?
Thornton.
You work with him, or?
Yes, sir.
Okay. He does the same thing you do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Would you have a number for him on your phone, probably?
Yes, sir.
You said you helped him run cable or something like that at his house?
He ran a dog line for his dog. He just got a new dog.
Okay.
And shoot the boy down.
Okay.
Show me how to shoot the boy down.
All right.
Throw the football around. I ate. And went home.
All right. Okay. You have any idea, is whenever you came home, or I'm sorry, whenever you had dinner or whatever with your family on Friday night with him, you know, your kids and your wife, and does she put the kids to bed? Do you both do it, or?
No, they fell asleep in the living room with me watching TV. They fell asleep before I did. I put them in the bed.
Okay.
And I went back to watching the movie, and then I fell asleep.
Okay. Would you have checked on your wife to see if she was asleep or not, or just said anything to her or anything? So you don't know what she was doing in the bedroom? Okay. So is it like right after dinner she goes in the bedroom and you go in the family room, or?
No, we sat in the living room, talked,
Okay.
watched TV, and talking about what we were going to cook for Thanksgiving and stuff like that.
Okay. But you fell asleep with the TV on and you woke up in the morning, the TV was off?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not on any kind of timer or anything that goes off by itself? Okay.
And she always turned it off. I always fall asleep with it on. Like I'm saying, she'll turn it off, wake me up, put me in the bed.
Okay. All right.
Have you ever done any work for Adam before, or was this the first time you've ever done it? Kind of that work, yeah, help run dog line, or help fix a pipe, or have you ever been in his house more than once?
Yeah.
To help him out with these stuff?
I think what last time I went out there to he made something. I don't know, it was a while ago. I haven't got that in a while. And I don't normally go out there to help him fix nothing or do nothing.
Yeah.
The last time I was there, he was showing me how to shoot the bow and arrow.
So today you just had to pick it back up again, try to learn how to do it,
And he wanted me to help him do that, whatchamacallit.
dog line.
Yeah.
When you called Pike to get your son's hair done, and that's when you found out about what happened?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you call your wife or anybody and tell them?
No, sir.
So your wife doesn't know what happened?
No, sir.
Okay.
Well, she probably know now. She at Pike House.
Okay.
Whatever news is happening, she knows.
Okay. All right. So you didn't make any calls to anybody about what happened after you heard? Okay. All right. When we were there, when I was there with the other two officers, and you called your wife to have her come get your kids, what did you tell her why you were going with us?
Oh, yeah, I did tell her.
Okay, so she knew kind of what was going on then.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I did tell her someone killed Brandon and the kids.
Okay, so that right then is when you told her?
Yeah.
Okay, how did she react on the phone?
She said, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah, just go pick the kids up and I'll talk to you when I get done."
Okay. Until that phone call, did you talk to your wife at all today? Seen her or talked to her at all?
Yeah. She was home when I got home. So,
After Adam's house?
yeah.
Okay.
And then she said she had to go to Marshall's to get some closed off a little way.
Okay.
Where does Adam live?
That's what I thought.
Do you know where, or street, road?
I know how to get there. I can't tell you how to get there.
Okay. So did he call you up this morning and say, hey dude, can you help me run a dog line, or was it something pre-planned
No, it was pretty fun. We was talking about it on the way home.
yesterday, or?
No, when we come back from work the other day. We just got back from St. Pete.
Okay.
So
When did you get back from St. Pete?
Monday.
So when you said you were unemployed, you've only been unemployed for 4 days?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went down to St. Pete. We worked 3.5 days. Before that, I was in Atlanta. 2.5 days, 3 days. I worked 3 days in Atlanta. Before that, I was home for a while.
Okay.
The job varies.
Being that you know her, at least used to know her, I guess, a lot better. If you were in our shoes, who would you say, you know what, I need to talk to this person. This person might be able to help us out.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Her mama.
Her mom.
She tell her mama everything. They real close.
Okay.
You have no idea who would want to hurt Brandy. And you were there just a couple days ago, and she hasn't expressed that she was in any form of danger whatsoever. I have no idea why someone would kill her and her children.
Anybody in your family been sick recently that's been going around? You, your wife, your kids?
My wife?
Your wife's been sick? Is she sick now?
Yeah.
Okay. Like just like a cold?
Yeah.
Okay. Kids did get sick?
She been sick the last couple days. This kid's not sick. So I've been sitting on the sofa.
Okay. I got you. Just about for somebody seen a drink or anything, man?
Okay.
Okay. Just a second.
What year is your wife's truck?
98.
Any kind of rims or any of that stuff on it? Just real plain old. It's a Ford, right?
Yes.
Expedition. Any tint windows on it?
The back windows, the front windows aren't tinted.
What color's the interior?
Beige. Beige leather.
Your wife doesn't like brandy, does she?
She didn't like me that much, so. So I didn't like baby mama that much either. Unless she wouldn't kill her.
Okay. I never said that. Yeah. This is a tragedy. This is a real tragedy, and the communities have a lot of questions and a lot of concern about what's going on with this case. Yeah, the pressure has been turned up.
Yeah, she stays in a pretty nice neighborhood, seems like.
Yeah. Yeah. Just can't figure out why. Why would someone want to kill children? Do you have any idea why someone would want to do that?
Whatsoever.
Yeah, I understand it's one thing, you know, you're pissed off at somebody for something, you know, but children.
I said a prayer for it when I first heard it. I know it's going to be hard on the family. I know how it is to lose somebody like that. My mama called me today, told me one of my cousins got shot and killed last night
Really?
in Louisiana.
So y'all heading out to Louisiana?
I don't know when. He just got killed last night. I guess we're going to find out when the funeral or whatever.
Are you going to go to Javante's funeral?
Yeah.
Or are you going to make the arrangements?
I don't know. I'll talk to her mom. I'm sure I'll be the one paying for it.
Terrible.
Investigator Lewis, it just goes on and on repeating, I'll go back and talk to him another time, saying the same thing over and over again, correct?
Yes.
Essentially what he told you, if I can't correct it, I'm sorry. As I understand it, in Washington, of course, it essentially told you I was home all day on Friday, the day that Brandy was murdered, correct?
That's correct.
So you never really left the house, correct?
Correct.
And then he went on to describe what he did on the Saturday where he went down to his friend Adam, which was also Silas Norton, correct?
That's correct.
Mrs. Segura, you asked him for his phone number.
Yes.
And the phone number he gave you was what?
I'm sorry, I didn't write it down, but I don't know it off the top of my head.
If I were to refresh your recollection of what that number was, would that help?
Sure. $509-4380.
And that's the phone number he gave you, correct?
Yes.
At some point, you were talking about Silas Thornton, and there was a question about Silas Thornton and what his phone number was.
Yes.
Did he give you a phone number for Silas Thornton?
Yes.
Where did he give you that phone number?
It was outside of the Tallahassee Police Department.
And what phone number did he give you on that one?
It was 408-8669.
At the conclusion of this interview, you also took some photographs of Mr. Segura, correct?
Yes,
For the purpose to see if he had any injuries.
he did.
Did he have scratches?
He did.
Where were they?
They're on his biceps.
Showing some previously introduced into evidence that states 121 A through G, photograph A.
It's Henry Segura.
And B. These are the photographs we're talking about that you took.
Yes.
And C.
Scratch.
And that's one of the scratches you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
And D.
Again, a scratch.
Different scratch, not the same one, correct?
Correct.
E.
Again, a scratch.
F.
Yes, it's another scratch.
And G.
Injury to his hand.
Looks like an older injury though.
Yes.
At some point out in the parking lot, did he give you, and what did he tell you about that 408-8669 number?
He told me it didn't work.
Okay, did he give you a different number at that point?
Yes.
A different number for Silas Thornton?
Yes.
Okay. You remember what the phone number that was?
I'm sorry, I don't remember that number.
Or to show your report, would that help refresh your recollection?
Please do. Sorry. Four,
Easy.
one day, well, 459-2072.
Did you attempt to call that number?
I did.
And what happened?
It didn't work.
So that one was not working.
Correct.
Did you attempt to call that 408-8669 number?
I did.
What happened there?
It worked.
Did it ring?
Yes.
Did you able to get hold of Mrs. Thornton on that phone number?
No.
At some point, now you're the lead investigator, correct?
Yes.
And do you ever go out and talk to the other investigators that are involved in this crime and they're helping you out?
Yes, multiple times.
Do y'all have regular meetings or how does that work?
I'm sorry, can you repeat your
Do
question?
regular meetings or how does that work?
Well, yes, we had regular meetings. We met every day. We were on phone calls. There was a lot going on.
Whole lot of stuff.
Yes, sir.
At some point, that 408-8669 number that he gave you for Silas Thornton, did that become important in the investigation?
Oh, yes.
How'd that happen?
When we were reviewing the victim's phone records, that number popped up a lot right before her death.
By right before her death, what are we talking about? Like right before her death, days or day of or how?
If I recall correctly, I want to say it was a day of.
Okay. Now, as I understand it, Chris Corbett's the one that actually did the detailed analysis of that. He's the one that can testify to that a little bit more in depth.
Yes.
But at that point, it became significant.
Very.
After you called that 408-8669 number and didn't get an answer, anybody call you back?
No.
So you never got any answers from that?
I got nothing.
At some point, did you learn that 408-8669 number was actually Henry Segura's?
Yes.
Following learning that, did you call Mr. Segura back in for a second interview?
Yes, I did.
At that point, had he become a potential suspect?
Yes.
Did you issue him Miranda warnings at that time?
Yes, I did.
And how did you go about issuing him those warnings?
They're read to him on a pre-printed paper.
And what are those warnings?
If I could read it, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to an attorney and have him present with you if you are being questioned. At any given time, you can not answer any rights or not answer any questions. And do you understand his rights? And are you going to talk to us now?
Did he appear to be under the influence of any alcohol or drugs at the time?
None whatsoever.
Did he appear to understand the warnings that you gave him?
Yes.
Did he agree to talk to you after this?
Yes.
I understand that video was also recorded.
Yes, it was.
I think it was rather long, in excess of like 4 hours, correct?
Yes, it was.
Rather than play the entirety, I have a couple of clips here. Have you an opportunity to go back and review those we've
We
hired?
need to take a break at some point in here, Mr. Dukes.
This is a good time then before I start playing, Your Honor.
What's that?
This would be a good time before I start
All
playing.
right, all right. Why don't we take 10 minutes, let the jury step out? Either side, anything?
There you go.
Okay.